Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Jazzy of Video Store Sasquatch here, and it is Throwback Thursday. Until we get a new name for it, that's what we're gonna keep calling it. We're just gonna kind of go through some of the box office here and the news, what we're gonna see this week later on, and then we have one old time movie we'll kind of talk about that came out this kind of week with 1988. So, kind of where we're at here. We'll start with the box office first. Number one, still Venom, 16.2 million last week, 114.8 million. Doesn't surprise me. Surprising me that they're just now getting to over 100 million. But the biggest thing about the Venom is just the mediocreness or whatever. So it doesn't really surprise me that they're not at higher numbers. But 114 is low. The best Xmas pageant or the best Christmas pageant ever with Judy Greer, a couple other people, 11.1 million. It actually beat out the movie we went and saw, Heretic, or I went and saw Heretic. So kind of surprising, 11.1 million. Movie actually looked decent. I would go see this movie, or maybe I'll kind of catch it back on the streaming service, just kind of watch it. It looked like it was a little funny kind of family Christmas movie. So yeah, it wasn't, didn't look terrible. And three was Heretic at 11, so 11 million. So 11.1 million for pageant. Heretic is 11 million. Yeah, I mean, kind of right there. Heretic was good. Um, uh, yeah. So that's Hugh Grant and Sophie Thatcher. If you watch the video I made, I said Sophia a lot, I think, or Sophia a lot. It's Sophie Thatcher and Chloe E. So both of them did a very good job. All three of them really did. Hugh Grant. That's the one we went. I went and saw. Um, it's kind of surprising that Venom held on for 3 weeks in a row, even though no one like seems to be over the moon about how good it is. I mean, it's not a terrible movie at all. It's average. Like I said, the whole Venom trilogy really was average with Ed Hardy here, but it's still holding on number one strong. I mean, still 5 million above. I think last year was like, or last week it was 14 million above. I didn't see the week it came out, but I think it was so. I think 28. I think the opening weekend would have been out 60, 70. So yeah, not too bad. Um, and back in this time here, so this week, back in 1988, The Land Before Time came out. Childhood nostalgic blast from the past here. I read it and I was kind of like, that's kind of surprising. It made 48.3 million on its opening weekend. Doesn't surprise me. This actually, I was watching a video on how Land Before Time kind of became a movie and how Stephen King and not Stephen King, Steven Spielberg, and the other producer on it was working at Disney. Kind of, he split from Disney because he was into like a little bit more darker themes or a little bit more adult themes, kind of like Land Before Time here. He ends with Disney. He ends up with Steven Spielberg and Kathleen Kennedy. Gosh, I can't remember his name, but they all kind of come together here and make this like studio ambient kind of right before DreamWorks and stuff. And no, yeah, or maybe this was the one that became DreamWorks. It's something to do with DreamWorks and Disney and Steven Spielberg all kind of coming together for this whole thing. So it is a pretty interesting. It was a pretty interesting video. I wish I kind of retained more. It was about a couple weeks ago I'd watch it though, so just getting those names out. Hard to remember all these names and stuff, and I wasn't even planning on talking about it. But anyways, 48.3 million opening weekend. Land for a Time would have been the movie. I remember this one. I mean, I remember the whole slew of them. Um, these are good. This is a good movie. This is a classic cartoon, especially for people around my age or older, obviously, and probably even younger to a point. I don't know when it would have stopped. Probably late 90s, maybe, because I mean they were making Land Before Times. I think into 2000. So interesting one to kind of come out in November here, because we have Wicked next week, and we have Moana 2 at the end of the month. let's kind of see. We're kind of getting to the family kind of movies, especially since next week or this week we're gonna go see Red One, which is The Rock, Chris Evans, and they are trying to save Santa Claus together. Yeah, that one looks good. This one looks good. It looks funny. It's going to be a little action into it. Always kind of enjoy those like split ones, but yeah, hey, we're getting into more family friendly ones. I don't really think there's another big horror release until Nosferatu maybe at the end of the month. So that'll be interesting to kind of see as we're going along here what we're going to be watching. I know it's Gladiator 2. I know that this week is gonna be Red One. It's probably gonna be Gladiator 2. We might do Wicked just because I don't. I want to know. I just because I feel like as doing this, kind of have to go see the best movie. So what's the best movie gonna be that week? Is it gonna be Gladiator 2 or Wicked? So that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting to see which wins that weekend out. Um, the news here, kind of over the week, just kind of a couple of things I picked up. Um, Lupita Nguyen and Zendaya will be joining Tom Holland, Matt Damon, and a couple other stars for this next Christopher Nolan movie. And last time I said it was like a mystery, or it was a mystery movie. I guess like a mystery vampire type movie set in 1920. So this could be a banger here coming out 2026, I believe. Was originally going to be Zendaya joined, but then today Lupita Nguyen joined. So that is where we are there. Macaulay Culkin is joining the Fallout series too. This is interesting. This one kind of piqued my interest here because I wonder what he will be doing. Like it'll be kind of funny or probably be interesting to see his character. I bet he could kind of play like a crazy character. And it's been what at least since that what Jesus the high school Jesus or whatever since we've seen him in anything. Maybe I could be mistaken. He could be in something else since then, but if it was short, and he did play more of a bigger role in the high school Jesus. So it'll be interesting. Um, I will be watching Fallout 2, I believe. I've already watched every episode of Fallout, so if you guys haven't, I would catch up on that. It is a good one, even though we don't really recommend series much here. That is a good one. Silent Night, Deadly Night was picked up by Terrifier Production House. I'm interested about this one. I could see because I watched Terrifier 3 already because we already did a review on it. And the one thing that kind of makes sense to me is that they would pick this movie up. And just the way they kind of went immediately to Christmas with the third Terrifier is just why I'm interested to see what they're going to do here. Silent Night, but Deadly Night is one of the more, or Silent Night, Deadly Night, not but Deadly Night, is one of the more like gruesome 1980s, 1970s like series. Kid goes crazy. He ends up in a mental ward. Then he ends up being Santa Claus. Goes around killing. I mean, there's the pool scene, the pool table scene on the basement. That's fucking awesome. This is like a classic, like old school slasher underdog type movie. So I'm kind of interested to see what Terrifier Production House can do with this one. This for horror fans should be exciting because yeah, I think they tried to remake Silent Night, Deadly Night at one point in time with Goldberg, maybe, or maybe I'm thinking that's Krampus. Trying to think of who Silent Night, Deadly Night was. I think it was Goldberg that they ended up doing the new one with, and it just wasn't as good, and it kind of fell off of where it should have been. So yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what this is gonna be. And then our last kind of little piece here is Disney has officially announced Star Wars Episode 10 to 12. Simon Kinberg is going to be directing or producing or in charge of these three episodes. This is, and there's going to be possibly other solo projects and different trilogies coming out with Star Wars. This is the one I want to talk about. So I've always wanted to just get on here and just rant about these new Star Wars movies, but everyone's already kind of done what they want to do about it. The first one, so not the first one, so seven, six or seven, the Kylo Ren one, Um, okay, they go in. It's kind of just like the original four. They blow up the planet. It's supposed to be Death Star, whatever. Wasn't terrible. Wasn't bad. And then the second one, the Deadly whatever, or the Last Jedi or whatever. That one was awesome. They did a very good job, and I don't even like the director who directed it. His big claim to fame was that Bruce Willis movie that made no goddamn sense, where Looper. So that was his big movie. So in that movie, so we're gonna talk about this movie, and then we're gonna go back to it. In that movie. It has a continuity problem. That's the problem with that one. That's why I don't like it. A lot of people do like it. But this guy did a really good job in the second one in making an original story. We separated from everything. We got Kylo Ren and we got Kylo Ren and we got what's her name? Was it called Daisy Ridley? Because I can't remember her name or in the damn movie. So we got Adam Driver, Daisy Ridley, and we got a good chemistry here. They're working well together, and good story. We get a good ending, and then we go to this third abysmal movie where no one liked it, and the reason why no one liked it is it's like J.J. Abrams like big dick the studio or big dick the original director. I think it's Rian Sinberg or something like that, or Rian something. God, I can't remember his name. I should have looked it up. Anyways, I go back to this dude. Rian Johnson's his name. Okay, so fucking. Anyways, J.J. Abrams had a big dick Rian Johnson's second movie here, which actually is pretty decent, even though it was a little bit decisive into the actual crowd. I can understand why, but the people that didn't like it just they didn't like it for the reasons why they didn't the opposite reasons they didn't like the first one. So it doesn't make it. They just didn't weren't gonna like these new Star Wars movies pretty much for the most part. But then we get to this third movie and everyone agrees it's just so crap. I don't know why they decided to bring the Emperor back. I don't know why they didn't go and explore Kylo Ren and Leia or what's her fucking name in the goddamn fucking movie. Daisy Ridley. So then we don't go into Daisy Ridley. We don't get into fucking all that, and then at the end she decides that she's gonna be a light. Oh, she's gonna be a Skywalker. Like, okay, no, god damn it, fuck. She would have been better off just being a random character instead of having to bring in like a clone empire emperor type dude thing that they end up doing that just contrived the whole story and made it real nonsensical and just it that's why. So how do they come back with 10, 11, and 12? Because the dude's gonna have to fix 9 to get to 10, and then when we get to 10, 11, and 12, because what is the story now? Daisy Ridley, where does she go from here? Like, what is the continuance on from there? We blew up the fucking goddamn First Order. Leia's dead. Fucking Luke's dead. Han's dead. Chewbacca's dead, probably. Like, there's no reason to even have anyone come back. The only person who made it through everything was Daisy Ridley. So I don't know what they plan on doing. I hope that at least if they have this Kinberg and this Simon Kinberg, who actually, if you look on his producing credits, is producing movies better than the direction movies. The three movies he directed were not very good, and were actually kind of studio bombs. So maybe this dude with his production and he's gonna add a director and actually keep on to a concurrent story would help. First of all, it's gonna help 10, 11, and 12. Congruent story. Second of all, what they need to fix is the ending in 9 and Kylo Ren and all that stupid shit that they did. They literally have no one to do this trilogy with. They have no members of the cast except for Daisy Ridley. That's the only person who survived in that. Leia didn't survive, Han didn't survive, Chewbacca didn't survive, Kylo Ren didn't survive, the Emperor didn't survive. Like, it's literally her. So we're just going to continue on to her story as a fake Skywalker. Well, I mean, and so there's just a lot of stuff they're going to have to do to kind of fix what they've already broke. And then on top of that, we're going to get these other solo projects, and we're going to get this stupid other trilogy. Like I think they're saturating the market with Star Wars movies, and a lot of it is just bullshit crap that Kathleen Kennedy is getting away with that is ruining everything. And when they do get something good, they shit on it and they get rid of it immediately. Look what they did with The bounty hunter movie show. Just this is just so much bullshit involved with the Star Wars shit. It's so frustrating because I remember being a kid and like talking about it with your friends and like talking about it and like you're just so excited like, oh, what could happen, and oh man, George Lucas has fucking the movies written, and he never had the goddamn movies written. I don't even think he had 1, 2, 3 fucking written, and again. But it's so frustrating. It's like the one thing that I have kept as nostalgic that just got kind of shit on and ruined and just stretched out, and it really jaded me as a movie goer for a long time. So I'm still kind of like a tortured suspect with these, or tortured person, or abused relationship. Nah, that's going too far. But I'm just saying, they definitely fucking gaslighting us. They're just treating us terrible here with these Star Wars movies. And if it doesn't get any better, I think that we just have to call for a boycott of them. And this December movie that comes out is really going to be the test here. Because if that movie sucks, I will be calling for a total Star Wars boycott, telling everybody involved to just boycott this shit. The only way Disney will be learning. So sorry that I'm not sorry, but that's just how it has to be, because it is ridiculous of what they did to this thing. And they say it's not for adults. You're right, it's not for adults, but at the same time, it's a story. The story, and it's not really for kids. I mean, it is a little bit for adults, but it is for kids, and I agree that it is 100% for kids. If you're gonna make it 100% for kids, and you're gonna do that, then why are you bringing back all this stupid nostalgic Emperor shit in the ninth one, and then saying this is for kids? Like, that was for the adults. That was for the people that were watching it back in the day. That wasn't for these new people. If you're gonna make it for the new people and it's all gonna be new, I'm excited. I'll be on board. Keep it original. Keep it congruent. And let's just see what we're doing. But if we're just gonna keep shitting on it, just stop doing it. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Thank you guys very much for watching, and please have a good rest of your day or night. And please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment your top movie picks for Throwback Thursday in the comments section. And see you next time in the cave.